It's the final for the Ultra Cargaroon Junior Restricteds. Fantastic race in the pre-final. Liam Lawson took that from Reese Endell-Cox with Nicholas Evans in third. Lawson starting off the pole here as they charge up the hill, and again a long race for them. They've gone from 14 laps in the pre-final to 19 laps in the final. Tuning and tyres probably the two most critical factors here in the final for the youngsters in Junior Restricted.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's a long race for these little fellas, and they'll be pushing the whole way. One mistake and it'll cost them big time.
Reese Endell-Cox through to the lead ahead of the 30 of Liam Lawson. They've got ahead of Caleb Cross. There was a pass there over the backside of the circuit.
You don't want to run up the back of too many people like that, otherwise you can get some damage, especially early on in the race like that.
You don't want to risk knocking off the nose cone either, because if that nose cone becomes dislodged, that is the end of your race. You have to go into the pits, and absolutely you are done. Nice pass there from the 22 of Lee Zeltwanger, running out of Kart Sport Auckland up into the 4th position as the 30 goes through to the lead, Liam Lawson. Now the other factor here is you don't want to show your hand too early and be too fast too early either, because that might translate out the other end of the race where you lose some speed with the cart possibly gripping up. Yeah,
exactly. You know, you don't want it to grip up at all, and as I was saying in one of the other races, you know, it's a long race and some of these kids may not be used to this length of race, so they've got to hang in there and push their hardest, but not too hard, and save their tyres.
You can see Liam Lawson there just reaching over to the carburetor, putting some more fuel in to keep the temperatures down, just richening the engine up. Side by side battle there with the 23 of Reese Endell-Cox.
And that in itself, looking after the engine, is, you know, it's a big task in itself. It's with Caleb Cross going flying up the inside there, and here comes the cross. Is it going to happen?
This is the battle for the lead. 2-3 wide in Junior Restricted final. Caleb Cross back through to the front.
Absolutely fantastic battle. All giving each other plenty of room.
As the 30 looks back up the inside, Lawson back into the lead. The 23 of Reese Endell-Cox trying to stay there with them. A 4-way battle for the lead here in the final of Junior Restricted at the Winds Raceway.
As we can see, Caleb Cross, what you're talking about, Jamie, before, leaning down, giving the engine a bit of tuning.
Battle group in behind the leaders, the 12 of Nicholas Evans, the 11 of Bailey Walker. They had a little bit of a clash together in the pre-final. Bailey Walker out of the Manawatu Kart Club. Nicholas Evans also from the Manawatu, so club mates.
Yeah, that does help racing against club mates, because you know how they race and you know how hard you can race them, and you know what they're good at and what their weak points are.
Lee Zeltwanger just in behind them in the 22, just outside of the top 6. Back to the front. Caleb Cross launches back up the inside. Lawson's going to try and stay there, and he gets the job done. Holds on to the lead.
Once again, tight, close racing. It's great to see these young guys having a crack at it.
Matthew Payne also coming into the mix inside the top 4. Matthew Payne in the 96, racing out of Kart Sport Hamilton. He started a little bit deeper in the field, and he's right in this hunt, and he makes a little mistake there, and it's going to cost him a lot of momentum. As Lawson out in front from Caleb Cross and Reese Endell-Cox.
As you can see, Lawson's just getting a bit of gap with this battling going on.
I think Caleb just gesturing there to Endell-Cox to stay with him. They could possibly chase down the leader, work together rather than tie each other up, and in turn letting Payne catch up to them as well. So the last run out of the final corner, it will be Lawson taking the CIK trophy for the Junior Restricted class from Christchurch's Caleb Cross, Reese Endell-Cox, Matthew Payne, Nicholas Evans and Bailey Walker.
Liam, well done, but that was a really close race. You were leading there for a while. Did you know how close it was?
Well, not really. I was looking behind a few times. When Caleb passed me on the straight, I thought it was all over, but I managed to fight back and